Hey everyone, Mr. Harvey here. Let's continue our lecture on Chapter 3, the Protestant Reformation. So in the previous lectures, I mentioned the causes of the Protestant Reformation. We talked about Martin Luther, what some of his ideas were, the Lutheran ideologies were, and then we talked a little bit about the backlash, the response to Martin Luther by the Catholic Church. Remember, he was excommunicated. He's going to be forced to go into hiding. He's going to be forced to recant. He will not recant by Charles V. And so we are going to see this religious conflict, this conflict over religion start to get political. This is a big change when it comes to religion and society. It's going to lead to some huge political conflicts, clashes, and changes in Europe. Let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen, okay? One of the early political conflicts we're going to see is within society, is we're going to see the peasants, okay, really inspired by Martin Luther, inspired by his call for change to revolt and kind of, start this movement of change for themselves, all right? And they were very much inspired by Martin Luther, challenging the Catholic Church, challenging people in positions of power, and the peasants are going to revolt. However, Martin Luther is not going to support them, okay? And I want you all to kind of ask yourself, wait, why? Why wouldn't Martin Luther try to get the peasants on his side, try to get the majority of the population in northern Germany on his side? Well, okay, it's because of the princes. The princes who are supporting Martin Luther in the north are not going to like that, and they're going to say like, "Hey, Martin Luther, we're going to shut you down if you don't support us in stopping these peasants." And so Martin Luther is not going to support the revolt, the peasant revolt. It's going to be put down violently, and Martin Luther really has to. He's forced to really not support them because he needs the princes against Charles V. These princes in the north who are supporting him. Okay, so this peasant revolt will fail. All right, so we are going to see northern German states, northern German princes, northern humanists support Lutheranism. In many states in northern Germany, remember this is the HRE. There's roughly, 300 within the whole HRE, roughly 300 independent states. There's hundreds of independent states who are going to be turning to Lutheranism, and this is mainly in the north, okay? Why are they doing this? Well, it's so the northern princes can kind of have more autonomy from the HRE, more autonomy from the church to escape both Catholic Church authority, taxes, taxes from the HRE, all right? This is so they can kind of have more autonomy and more power for themselves. They can confiscate church lands for the state's benefit. They won't necessarily have to pay church taxes, pay taxes from the HRE, right? This is all about power, okay? And so what we're starting to see here, ladies and gentlemen, is this religious conflict, okay, meld with politics. We're starting to see this religious conflict turning into political conflict and vice versa, okay? Really important for us to understand in terms of geography, the South will remain Catholic. The South will remain Catholic, okay? Very important for us, all right? We're going to start to see some countries within Europe, especially in Northern Europe, Denmark, Sweden, kind of convert to Lutheranism, okay? We're going to see that in Denmark under King Christian II, all right? Their official state religion will become Lutheranism under Christian III. This will spread to Sweden as well under King Gustavus Vasa, all right? And we'll see it spread to Poland. It's not going to become a dominant religion in Poland. We'll see different Protestant religions in Poland, but it's going to spread. Lutheranism is going to spread, but it's not going to be as widespread as some other Protestant religions, especially Calvinism, okay? But it is spreading, all right? It is spreading, all right? Like I said before, it's not going to spread much beyond northern Germany and Scandinavia. Calvinism is going to be the main Protestant religion, which kind of spreads on a much larger scale. Okay, it's going to go to the New World, Puritans. Okay, those are a type of Calvinists. Okay, Western Europe, absolutely, we're going to see many different types of Calvinism, Presbyterian. Okay, Congregationalists. All right, we're gonna see some different types of Calvinism, but Calvinism is the one Protestant religion that's really gonna explode and spread all over the place. Lutheranism will too, but not on the scale of Calvinism. Okay, Charles V, ladies and gentlemen, he is the HRE, leader. He is the Holy Roman Emperor. Okay, he is the grandson of Ferdinand and Isabella. What does that tell us about him? Well, he is very, very, very much a Catholic, a good Catholic, a strong Catholic, okay? And he is not going to let this Protestantism, Lutheranism, spread under his watch, okay? And he wanted to religiously unify the HRE, all right? Because he realized if there's religious divisions, there will be even more political divisions, all right? So he's going to ally with the Pope to try to eliminate Protestantism, all right? Early on, remember, we talked about this, okay? During the rise of Luther, he was preoccupied with the Turks, all right, and the Ottomans, all right, with France. He was, his mind was on foreign affairs, and he did not pay attention to what was going on in the HRE, all right, and that allowed Lutheranism to spread. And, spoiler alert, he's not going to be able to stop this. Okay, he's going to try again. We'll see the HRE try this again during the 30 Years' War. But they're not going to get rid of Protestantism. Once it's there to stay. All right. So he's going to fight this losing battle. Okay, and eventually he's going to be forced to just quit. Okay, to quit fighting it. Okay. All right. So he's going to return from his foreign wars, convene a Diet of Augsburg, and he is going to order all Lutherans to convert to Catholicism. All right. It's not going to work. All right. It is not going to work. All right. And so he's in a really tough spot. Okay, he has let this Lutheran religion spread. It is a big problem for him. He wants to make everyone Catholic, and he is going to fight a losing battle. Okay, so we talked about this Schmalkaldic League, the League of Schmalkalden. Okay, this was an alliance formed by the Lutheran princes to defend themselves against Charles V and his Catholic kind of group, his allies. All right, Denmark's gonna join. Okay, and hold on, we're going to see France ally with the League of Schmalkalden. Wait, what? Even though they're Catholic, which is going to lead to a Habsburg, HRE, Valois, French wars. Hold on a minute. This is wild. France helping Protestants? Why? This is very, very, very important for us, ladies and gentlemen. France does not want a united Germany. Why? Well, it threatens them. That is a united Germany means that is going to threaten French power on the continent. And so we are seeing right now a key foreign policy directive in France, which is to make Germany, fight itself, make sure that Germany is not united, okay? All right, this is going to be a foreign policy that we're going to see in the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s, up until the 1800s, where we have Louis Napoleon III, nephew of Napoleon. He is going to kind of mess up and be a part of German unification, and Germany will unite. And that's going to kind of be France's worst fears, okay, when Germany unites in the 1800s, all right? So, but France does not want Germany to unite, and so they are going to ally with the League, all right, and help the Protestants, because if Germany, the HRE, is religiously divided, they're going to be politically divided. So France is going to get involved in this in order to make sure that Germany is not united. Okay, so we're seeing, and I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. We're seeing, religious motives, in fighting, but also political motives, and that's gonna really relate to the 30 Years' War, which we're going to talk about soon. Okay, so these Habsburg-Valois Wars, France is going to be getting involved with the HRE. Spain is going to be supporting the HRE because this is under the control of Charles V. Remember, he is Ferdinand and Isabella's grandson. He does control Spain at this time as well. And so we're going to see multiple wars during the 16th century, okay? And again, this is France's effort to keep Germany divided. All right, they do not want a united Germany on the continent. Okay, and guess what? When Germany does unite, all right, France is in for some tough times. All right, when World War I, it is going to be the Germans will invade France, and it is going to be a slaughterhouse. Okay, and millions of French will die in that. In the Franco-Prussian War, when Germany does unite, all right, they are gonna go right after the French. Okay, so this France does not want Germany divided. Okay, France's support is going to allow Lutheranism to survive and thrive. All right, and that's exactly what France wants. They want Lutheranism to be there because if Germany is the HRE is religiously divided, they will be politically divided as well. Okay, so these are kind of these German Reformation wars. You need to understand that we are seeing religious wars during this time. There's some really important religious wars that we're going to talk about a little bit later in chapter 4, but these Habsburg-Valois Wars, German Reformation Wars, okay, this is all, happening, at the same time, and this is really just this fight with Protestantism and Catholicism. The Habsburg-Valois Wars really aren't considered religious wars. They're really political in nature because France, right, is not fighting this over religious reasons. It's fighting this for political reasons. But the German Reformation Wars are very much religious, okay? Charles V will defeat the League of Schmalkalden, the Schmalkaldic League, okay? But the problem is Lutheranism is too entrenched in the north. What is he going to have to do? Kill all the people of the north? That's not going to work. That's going to be a disaster economically, okay, for him. All right, and politically, okay, because it'll just show him as this murderous brute to a large portions of Europeans. All right, so what we're going to see, okay, in 1552 is this Peace of Passau, okay, which reinstates Protestant leaders and guarantees Lutheran freedoms. But the big one we really need to know is the Peace of Augsburg. This is important for us to know. Get out a highlighter, please. Let's make sure we have this in our notes. 1555. This is Charles V. He's going to kind of give up. He's going to finally just be like, you know what? We cannot get rid of Protestantism. It is here to stay, and without a mass genocide, it's just not going to work. All right. So this ends his fight against Protestantism and religious unity. It makes the division of Christianity in Europe permanent, and the church permanent. And this now, Protestants are here. The division is permanent. All right. And Charles has a really famous edict within this Peace of Augsburg, which states, this is Latin, cuius regio ius religio, the ruler of the land will determine the religion. I forgot a parentheses, okay? But this cuius regio ius religio is very important because we obviously are going to see the rulers, the princes in the north, determine that their religion in the north will be Protestant, in the south will be Catholic, okay? But that makes the division permanent, okay? The ruler of the land determines the religion. We need to memorize this quote right here, memorize this date, memorize this Peace of Augsburg. Super important. Now, in the 30 Years' War, okay, 1618, 1648, we're going to see Germany fight this war over again, all right? They're just going to refight this war. It's going to fail, spoiler alert, it's going to fail too, all right? Protestantism is here to stay, okay? Protestantism is here to stay, all right? The Lutherans could keep all church lands seized before 1552. Lutheranism, okay, is here to stay. All right, very important for us. Okay, high Catholic officials who converted could not keep land, privileges, or titles. Okay, people who did not like the religion, all right, in their region needed to move. All right, so we're seeing some, huge effects from this. All right, Catholic officials are not going to be able to have, their privilege anymore. They're going to kind of have to be like everybody else, okay? And if you didn't like your religion, if you were, a Catholic in the north, all right, you needed to move to the south, okay? So there's going to be some lasting effects from this, ladies and gentlemen, all right? Something else very important for us to understand is that the Peace of Augsburg did not recognize all Protestant groups. Anabaptists, we'll talk about them, all right? But the most important group that they did not recognize was Calvinists, okay? And remember, Calvinism is going to be the biggest Protestant religion, all right? Calvinists will be recognized in the Treaty of Westphalia, okay, 1648, after the 30 Years' War that we're going to talk about in the next chapter. All right, but they're not going to be recognized, okay, in this Peace of Augsburg, 1555. So they're going to have to wait, almost 100 years until they are recognized as an official religion. Okay. All right, let's stop here, ladies and gentlemen, for today. Our next lecture is going to be on the English Reformation. We're going to talk about in this next segment of chapter 3, the Reformation happening other areas. I want to go to England and talk about the English Reformation, Henry VIII, Anglican Church, okay, and the Tudors. All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and I will see you next time.